Hello students of class 6. Welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School, and this video is for class 6 physical science, and the chapter that I am going to continue today is the element, compound and mixture. This is the part 4 of this video, of this chapter's video. In the previous video we just discussed about in detail of different kind of the elements, that is metals, non-metals and metalloids. So in this video, it is a very important part that we have to differentiate according to the properties of metals and non-metals. As I already told you, the metals and non-metals are just the opposite. So let's check what are the differences they have. So in the previous we just learned about the classification. So it is very important to know the differences between the metals and non-metals, and while comparing we should keep in the mind the exceptions are always there. So the first one, here you can see the comparison between the properties of metals and non-metals. So firstly, in the left side the properties of the metals are there, and then the right side the properties of non-metals are there. You can also get that comparison in your book. So first one, the metals have the metallic luster, that means they are shining. They have the shining surface. For example, gold has a shining yellow surface, right? For the non-metals, they are lack in this case, so their luster is not that much better and their surfaces will appear dull. But graphite, it is a form of carbon, is an exception because it is also shiny. It have the shining surface. The second point is sonority. Like the metals produce the sonorous sound when heat with a solid object. Sonorous sound means the belling sound or dong sound. Okay, that is why they are used for making bells and wires of the musical instrument like guitar and like other bad things. For the non-metals do not produce such sonorous sound when they are heated by any solid objects. So this is the differences according to the sonority. The next, the conductor of the heat and electricity, that means conducting of heat and electricity. The metals are usually very good conductor of heat and electricity, and one like exception is tungsten, that is not a good conductor of electricity, so that is why in the bulb the tungsten has been used. For the non-metals, they are very bad conductor of heat and electricity, but graphite is also their exception. In the chemistry part you will get more exception than the examples, so that is true, and you have to keep in mind all the exceptions because the questions will come from that. So graphite is a very good conductor of electricity, and diamond also. Diamond is another special form of carbon. It is a very good conductor of heat. So these are the exceptions of the conducting heat and electricity. The next is malleability. That means you can give a shape by beating it or rolling it. So metals are malleable. If hammered, they can be beaten into thin sheets. For example, silver and aluminium foils are used for decorating sweets. I think you know that sometimes we can see the silver foils are there on the top of the laddus or sweets. And also decorating the sweets and wrapping purpose. The aluminium foil we are using aluminium foils for wrapping our foods. It keeps our food healthy. And according to the non-metals, their lack of this ability, that means they are not malleable. The next point is ductile. That means ductile means when you can make a wire from that element. So metals are usually ductile. We can make wire from it very easily. So that is why we use metals to make the wires. Okay. Coppers and aluminum metals are used for electrical wires and conductors. It can be easily seen in your house that whatever the electrical wires are there, you can see that copper wires are there or aluminum wires are there, and as the metals, by the metals we can easily produce that wire. So that is why we can tell that metals are very much ductile. So if we talk about non-metals, the non-metals are lacking in this ability. In fact, they are usually brittle in nature. So that is why if we beat them, they will be broken into the pieces very easily. So if we heat it by a hard object, a non-metal usually breaks. So that is why they don't have the ductile nature. They are lacking in this nature. So it can be a very important differentiation between metals and non-metals property. The last one is usually the metals are solid in the room temperature. The metals that you can see in outside, like gold, like silver, like anything, you can see aluminum, copper, all are solid, isn't it? But mercury is exception. It is liquid in room temperature. Where you can see that mercury, you can easily see mercury in the thermometer, right? When we like to trying to check our temperature, the mercury, a small thread like mercury is there, a small channel of mercury is there, it usually rises up if you have fever. By this we can understand that how much fever we have, right? So the mercury is liquid in room temperature, and it is a metal, but still it is the exception in this category. Then if we talk about the properties of non-metals, the non-metals can be solid, liquid or gas, anything it can be. For example, like graphite, red phosphorus, iodine, these things are solid in room temperature. And bromine is liquid. Bromine is a brown color liquid. Okay, it is liquid in room temperature. Otherwise, most of the things are solid, but some are liquid, and as well as gases are also there, like oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, all are non-metals and all are gases. So the non-metals can be solid, liquid and gas anytime. So according to this property, the metals are usually solid, but non-metals can be of any time. There is no such thing like that non-metals should be solid or should be liquid or should be gas. They can be of any type. So that is the differences between according to the properties, the comparison between the properties of metals and non-metals. I am completing this video with the idea of the comparison of the properties of metals and non-metals. In the next video, we will start about the illustrating by different kind of the activities. Till then, thank you.